Hey book queens, I am so excited for today's video. I have never filmed a YouTube video before, but yeah, I'm so excited. Today's video is swapping out screen time for reading, and I'm actually low-key nervous for this because my screen time is probably going to be ridiculous. I am like a serial procrastinator, serial doom scroller, Instagram, TikTok. It's usually like book videos and fitness videos for me, but I'm still on it all the time, and yeah, I'm gonna estimate that my screen time is probably, I want to be humble and say 7, but that's actually embarrassing because I didn't even sleep 7 hours last night. I think it's gonna be, I want to say like 7.5, but I know in the past it's been like 10 and 11, which is actually mortifying. So basically, I'll put a timer on my iPad for said screen time, and I have to read for that amount of time. So if my daily average is 7 hours, I have to read for 7 hours today. I can stop as and when. I'll just pause the timer if I need to go to the toilet, eat, whatever it may be. I think if it's over 8, I'm gonna really struggle to do it today because it's already 2 o'clock, but let's just see. So I have just sent my screen time to my iPad because I'm currently filming on my phone. It is 8 hours. It's 7 hours and 59 minutes, but basically 8 hours. I genuinely thought it was going to be 10 hours, maybe even 11 hours. So I know 8 hours is really bad, but I'm kind of happy with that. So that will take us to 9:30. That's assuming I take no breaks, which I will be. So it's going to be late into the evening that I'm reading. Luckily, I have just started this book by Stephen King. It's called 11/22/63. One of my favourite content creators called Kaylee did a reading vlog, I think, of this book, and she said she loved it. There were so many people online, especially BookTok, that say that it's amazing. It's a historical fiction, which I don't usually read, but I'm really excited to try something new. This book is actually from the library, so I only have a certain amount of time to read it. So I thought we could start with this one first. Honestly, I don't know if I'll finish this in 8 hours. It is like a 700 page book. Yeah, 700 page book. But we'll just try and do our best. So I'm going to set a timer on my iPad for 8 hours. Let's go. Right, let's start reading. I'll give you a bit of context on the book I'm reading. So it's basically about an English teacher who has a friend who shows him a portal for time travel in his diner, and basically he goes back to the 1950s when President Kennedy was alive and essentially attempts to stop the assassination. He meets, I think it's Lee Oswald, I think that's how you say his name, and attempts to stop it, to change history. He also, I think, meets a love interest along the way, that's what it says, called Sadie, who's a librarian. And yeah, it's meant to be quite an emotionally stimulating book, and it makes you sort of think about how you would deal with that situation if it was presented to you. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. Let's start reading. I just thought I'd do a quick reading update. I have read for just over an hour now, and I am on page 58. It's getting really good. I'm enjoying Stephen King's writing so much. It's so descriptive, the way he describes the 1950s. I've never read a book about the 1950s, and it's all about the different outfits, the root beer, the cars. So I feel like I'm really being immersed into the world, which I love. I am at the part, without spoiling it to you guys, I'm at the part where Jake is at Al's house and Al is basically trying to persuade Jake to go ahead with the mission. We learn as a reader why Al couldn't go ahead with doing it because of his other reasons, and it's basically just like the political backstory of Lee Oswald, who his family members are, his brother, his wife, his child, and things like that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm just gonna make a quick cup of tea. I'm having a lemon ginger and manuka honey tea, and then I'm going to start the timer again and probably read for another hour. Let's just see what we can do. Just a quick reading update. It has currently been just over 3 hours and I am on chapter 8, page 157. Also, how cute is my bookmark? I'm honestly loving it. It's so good. It's really eerie the way Stephen King is writing about Derry. The people in Derry are just weird and unsettling, and the history is unsettling of the murders and stuff. I think because Jake has come from 2011, he's walking around and he is so paranoid, but it makes us, whoever's reading the book, feel paranoid in case he gets caught. And there's really weird things you don't think about. Well, he's accidentally taken his phone, which he's like, oh my gosh, if someone found that, how much would that change history if somebody found a Nokia in the 1950s? So yeah, that's crazy. And it's really interesting how history is basically resisting change. So when he's trying to change things like Frank Dunning killing his family, he's basically getting like sickness and injuries and his car's breaking. So history is actively trying to stop him from achieving change. And I'm trying not to spoil anything, but there's some twists along the way. Maybe I'll spoil one thing. Skip this if you are going to read this, but basically he ends up killing Frank Dunning and he goes back to 2011 and finds out sort of Harry's future as a result of his actions in the past, and actually it led to Harry joining the war in Vietnam and he died in the war. So he actually didn't help him, he killed him, which means that Jake has to go back and change it again. So that's where I'm at, and it's really good. I'm really sorry if I've spoiled it, but I'm really passionate about talking about this, so I'm just really excited to see what happens. Clearly it's going to be really difficult for him to stop the assassination because it's going to impact so many people. I think the key theme is that the bigger the consequence of the change, the harder it's going to be to change it. So yeah, let's keep reading. I'll probably update you in another hour maybe. Hey guys, just a quick reading update. It has been 6 hours. I am really tired. It's 9 p.m, but I only have 2 hours left, so I'm going to make myself a nice warm drink, get some snacks and power through. I think with a few breaks I'll probably finish around 11:30, midnight, but I'm actually proud of myself because 8 hours in one day is a lot. It's actually not a lot when you're enjoying the book. So I am on chapter 12, page 247, and I'm loving it. Not like loads has happened since we last spoke, but I'm going to give a few spoilers. So again, if you are going to read it, skip this part. When Jake decides to go back, he finds the yellow card man dead. He killed himself with a black card, and that is really spooky. It sets up like excitement for the rest of the book, because why? I know that he's like positioned next to the time travel portal, so maybe it's something to do with him being stuck there, something like that, because he's always drunk. Who knows? But that's really, ooh, it's just creepy. Anyway, and I'm trying to think what's happened, because I've been reading for ages now. He goes back and he starts betting, trying to make some more money, and he brutally, literally in cold blood, in the middle of a cemetery, kills Frank Dunning. So that's done, and he makes sure to check up on Harry, and Harry's okay. So that sort of side of the time travel quest is successfully completed. And before he starts to think about intervening with the assassination, he goes to Maine to help Carolyn, that's her name, Carolyn, who was in the wheelchair in 2011. It's like one of Al's friends or something like that. So he goes to make sure she's okay and stops that too. And I think that's where I've left off. So let's just see how many pages I can read in these next 2 hours. Wish me luck. Guys, I have done the 8 hours. It is 1 in the morning and I'm on chapter 16, page 357, and it's so good. He has currently moved to Jodie, where he's a full-time teacher. He's met Sadie, and yeah, it's getting really good. He keeps going back to Dallas to check up on Oswald, but the new setting and the new characters are really exciting. I'm just over half, I think maybe just under halfway actually, so I'm definitely excited to finish this book. Honestly, this challenge has been so good for this book, because it was so daunting to start it because it's so big. It's like 700 pages. But yeah, I'll let you guys know what I rate it. I'll probably tag my Goodreads and Fable. Thanks so much for watching, and see you later. I'm going to sleep.